Here we have a problem where they describe a rectangular box and they tell us something about the width and the height and the length, and they tell us the volume. So we'll write down everything they're saying. The width of a rectangular box is 2 times the length. So say if we make the length, we don't know, so we'll call it x. What does 2 times that look like? Looks like 2x. Alright, then they say the height is 6 feet more than the length. So the height could be like this one, or this one, or this one. They're all the same, so whichever one you want to label. And so 6 more then means plus 6. So the height, the width, and the length. So we got 3 different dimensions on this. Alright, what do I do with length, width, and height to get volume? Volume equals length times width times height. They tell you that the volume is 124. And so we have x times 2x times x plus 6. And then they even suggest to you here just use the calculator to solve for this. But then picture to type it in, I want like a y equal. So everything needs to be on the same side as each other. So I'm going to subtract 124 over the other side. So it looks like, and maybe we can multiply some of these if we want to. 2x squared times x plus 6 minus 124. And there's no reason to distribute that in. It's probably going to be equally as easy to type no matter what when we get over to the calculator. So then we'll go to our calculator and we'll type in this equation and find the 0 of it since we have it set equal to 0. So now we're trying to find where this whole thing is equal to 0. So first up, let's type in our whole equation. So 2x squared times x plus 6. And then all of that was minus 124 because we tried to get it set equal to 0. So we want to know, where does this equation equal 0? If we zoom out, there's more to this. It's a parabola because it's, oh no, it's to the third. So it has some squiggle to it. But since all we care about is where it crosses the x, I can see that that's right there. So I don't need to zoom out and see the whole thing if I'm only looking for this, but if you want to see the bigger picture, you can do that too. Alright, so we'll do second calculate. We want that 0. So when is this whole thing equal to 0? Alright, left bound. Now here's something that happens. See how you can't see your cursor? Since your window is only looking at this little bit, if x is negative 1.7, this is somewhere off here. You can keep scrolling until hopefully you see it. Because notice we're looking at a really narrow spot here. Or you could just say, well, the 0 looks like it's at about 3. You can manually type in left and right bounds if you want to. So if this looks like about 3, I'll say 1 seems like a safe left bound. It's definitely to the left of this point. And then right bound looks like anything to the right of it. So if this is 3-ish, we'll say like 4 or 5. And then guess, well, it looks like it's close to 3. And we get 2.67, and we want to round to the nearest hundredth on here, or 2 decimal places, so 2.67. So we come back over here and look at our answer, and it's probably a good idea to check. So if we got x is supposed to be about 2.67, and I think this was all in feet, so 2.67 feet. Then this would be twice as much as that, and this would be 8.67. Make sure that those 3 numbers multiply to about 124. Now it won't be exact since you rounded this. This will be a little bit off too, but you can tell if it's close to 124.